Today we are doing an installation on the jar feeder and how to get the base plate mounted down properly to make sure that there's no leakage underneath, no water leakage whatsoever underneath the base plate. So when you get your jar feeder, it'll look very similar to this. Open the plastic bag up, slide the parts out. Included in the jar feeder is your instructions. Very important to look at those. There is some important information on there actually to look at. Your 3 screws for mounting it, the riser portion which your jar attaches to, and the base plate that we're going to be talking about today and mounting it to your hive lid. So for this hive lid here is a migratory. It is a MDO plywood. If you're using a metal lid, that's fine too. It works with any telescoping lids, most any lid, as long as it has a flat surface on top to be mounted to. When you get started, the first thing you're going to do is drill your hole into your outer cover. The hole size needs to be close to a 1-inch hole size. It doesn't have to be exact hole. You know, it can be larger, it can be slightly smaller, but not much smaller. If you get too much smaller, if you get down to like less than 3/4 of an inch or so, there will actually be a traffic jam of bees coming up into the feeder, and we don't want that. If you have in the past, like I did, if you have a larger hole where you were feeding jars straight into the hive and discovered that leaked water into it, this base plate will cover that up without any problems. All right, so first thing we want to do is locate the hole where we want it, drill it. You can actually drill it, as you can see, we put these in the dead center. You can also drill them out of center, which is a good idea as well. That way, if there is any leakage of sugar water, when you turn it over before it airlocks, it's not dripping down onto your bees, but yet it will be on top of your inner cover or off to the side. Next thing we want to do is to lay this out so that we know how it's going to mount and orientate. So get it orientated however you want it. It can be any way. It really doesn't matter. And all right, so mounting the base plate down is pretty simple. First thing you want to do is put you a bead of caulking. Any weatherproof type caulking would work right into this small groove right here. And what you're doing is actually you're creating an O-ring when you mount this on top of your lid. So we are using some clear caulking, exterior grade. It doesn't take a lot, but we do want to make sure that we have a pretty good surface in there. All right. The next thing we want to do is line the 2 holes up, centered up over to our hose, like so. All right. Firmly push the base plate down onto your lid. All right. Next thing we want to do is take our 3 screws. With a screw gun or a screwdriver. I would suggest a screw gun. It'd make life a little easier. Insert the screws. Do not tighten the first one up. Just getting it started. Same thing with the second one, getting it started. Last but not least, the 3rd screw. Getting it right down. Alright, now we're going to go back to the first one. We do not want to over tighten these screws. They only need to be touching and putting a light amount of pressure on the cover. Alright. That being said, after it's down, I like to push on a little bit more, make sure the caulking is nice and squoze out this place. right, your plug should snap in, should be nice and tight. When you get ready to feed your bees, you want to take your hive tool, pop this cover off, and you're ready to go. It's designed like this in order to make sure that it doesn't come out regardless of what you do. You can take your covers off, throw them upside down on the ground. You don't have to worry about losing the plug. All right, and you're done. You're ready to feed.